my house. Enter freely, go safely, and leave something of the happiness you bring. Hello everyone, we are meeting again, and this time it's gonna be the last video of this year because I won't have time to film during December because I have an exam and I'm also going to visit my family. So this will be the last video of this year. That's why I thought that maybe we should do a video about wearing lolita in winter and how to counter the cold of winter without dying. So let's get into it. I myself always struggle because I'm often really cold, so I tried to gather a lot of things to help me go through winter in lolita and be able to wear my coordinates during winter. So we're gonna go through all these ways that I found together today. So we're gonna start from outer to inner. We're gonna try to follow this order. So we're gonna start with outerwear. And obviously something that can be really useful is a lolita coat. I have this Atelier Pierrot coat which is very useful, but you can also find like coats that works with lolita or like mostly maybe more jackets because it's gonna be shorter and it's gonna accommodate better lolita silhouettes. But I always think that lolita coat is a good investment if you find one that you really like I really waited to find this one that I fell in love with the design, and I live in Japan so I could try it on at the store, which is always something difficult with lolita coats because when you have a chest most of the time it's not gonna close, so if you have the opportunity to try it on it's always better. As I just said, coats are a little more difficult with sizing, so something else that you can try to get is a cape. So for example, I got this cape secondhand from Wonderwelt. It's an Alice in Pirates cape, and I haven't tried it yet, but it's always a good way to bring some more to your coordinates without having to worry about like chest size and shoulder size. So it's always a nice piece to have in your wardrobe. Now we're going one more layer inside and we're gonna talk about cardigans. Like really hot cardigans, really warm cardigans are really a staple for me. Like recently I acquired this one which is from Shimamura, which has a more elegant gothic vibe, and Shimamura is less expensive than very big brands, so I got this one. Most of my cardigans are all Axis Femme or adjacent brands from Axis Femme. This is another one of my cardigans which I really love. This one is a little bigger, so maybe it can seem weird in some coordinates, but personally I still like it. I'm not very classic or sweet, so I really love this one because it's gray and it has this little corseting part, so it fits a little more with gothic than some other cardigans that you can find sometimes. But I will recommend, if you want to acquire cardigans, to look at Closet Child because they often have like Axis Femme and smaller brands cardigans which are not that expensive. Like I think I got this one for like 800 yen, so it was a really good deal, and this is super warm. Like this material is so nice, so comfortable. It's like my favorite cardigan even to go to work, so it was a really good investment. And I got this one because I wanted another one for a more like elegant vibe, so depending on your style you can always find a cardigan that will fit, and it's always a nice piece to layer and bring you some warmth and coziness during the cold winter. When you go out to bring your warmness, accessories are also really important, so scarves are also very important. You can find like similar scarves to this one in regular stores. Like this one is a collab with Misako Aoki, so it has a cute embroidery, but if you cannot find this kind of scarves where you live, like for me I live in Japan, so it was a cheap collaboration with Shimamura, so I could get it. But a good idea would be to buy this kind of scarf and just make a little embroidery by yourself, or you can add a little patch or just like sew on this kind of little roses, and it will directly give it a more lolita feel, and it will still be on a budget. Another thing for which I recommend DIY is gloves. Like, these gloves are just regular velvet gloves that I found in a stock shop, and I added myself this little fake fur so that it would look a little more fancy and looking good for lolita. So that's also a kind of thing that you can do, and then it looks pretty cute. Like, you can add like a ribbon or something that will make it a little bit more like brand gloves without having to pay the price of brand gloves, because I can understand that you don't want to put that much money into gloves, especially that gloves can not fit sometimes. Like, most gloves are sold in free size, but not everyone has the same size of hands, so this is an easier way to have gloves that you know will fit. You can go to a regular store, buy a regular pair of gloves and just like DIY it in a more lolita way, and you will be good to go. And something that I also use sometimes is this kind of like no finger gloves, because I like to type on my phone a lot, so this is also very useful. I wear it in every day too, so that's just like regular stuff that I picked up in black so I can fit it with Lolita too. And now we're going down one more layer. Another thing that I use during the winter for Lolita is when I do more casual coordinates, will be like this kind of long sleeve tops, sweaters. So this one is from Rougeline, and the design is made by Yo. So Yo Monochrome on Insta, and obviously his illustrations are very Lolita adjacent, so it fits very well into casual coordinates. And for example, I really like wearing this sweater over a shirt with like just having the color coming out, so that's also a really good way of layering. It's more in the casual side, but if you like also wearing casual Lolitas, this is a cool idea for winter. So something very obvious for winter will be knits, and you have obviously like brand ones. This one is from Moi-même-Moitié. It's not really on the very elegant side, it's more on their visual kei, just like grunge gothic side, more of their sweaters, because I don't really like the more elegant ones for myself because I don't think it suits me. This is more my vibe, so I can also wear it in a very casual way, but also brands do more like elegant cutesy sweaters, knit sweaters, so you can also get this. But if you don't have the money to get like brand ones, like I got mine on a sale and I also had a coupon, so it was a lot cheaper than the starting price, so that's why I got this one. I also got the black one. You can also find very reliable knits into regular shops, like for example I got this one like years ago in the shops, and this has like a V neckline which goes well with cheesecakes in general, and this one particularly has this kind of corset vibe in the back, so it fits really well with the gothic vibe of my wardrobe. And it's just like very simple knit outside of that, but so that's a staple for me in the winter. I tend to replace like my blouses for knits so that I have more warmth. I will show you what I do also for wearing more lighter blouse in the winter, but in general when I want to feel cozy I'm just gonna replace blouses with a knit and it brings me warmth. So before going another layer down, I wanted to talk about material, because some material are not feeling very wintry in their minds, but it's still is good for winter. For example, like this flavors arm covers are super hot. It doesn't look like it, but when you wear it, it's super hot, and the inside is a little soft. So this is also a good way to bring warmth, like putting these kinds of arm covers over a shirt. I guarantee you this brings a lot of warmth. I often do that, and most of the time I'm just too hot because of this. Another material that is nice to bring warmth during the winter is like vinyl material. Like especially I like wearing vinyl when it's like sunny day of winter but cold, because the sun coming on the vinyl is gonna just automatically warm me up, like as if I was having an additional heating system on myself. So for me that's a really nice thing to use during sunny winter days, because this will make me feel a lot warmer even though I don't wear much on top. Obviously, in terms of material, bringing out your velvet pieces is the best for winter. Velvet is often thicker and like warmer, so it's always a good thing to bring out all your velvet pieces. You can see that today I'm wearing velvet coordinate. I have my velvet skirt from Atelier Pierrot, my velveteen jacket from Moi-même-Moitié. And by the way, jackets are also a really good way to fight winter, because you can add one more layer to your coordinates. But personally I don't use jackets that much, because like my favorite jacket is this one and it has like princess sleeves, so I obviously cannot wear much on top. I can wear my Atelier Pierrot coat, but it starts to get a little too thick and I can't really move much. But jackets are also a nice way, combined with the other ways that I showed you, to bring you warmth equally. So I'm also wearing my Handmade velvet tie too, and my femme velvet elf bonnet. So velvet is a winter staple. Just bring out all your velvets, because when summer is gonna come, you're not gonna be able to wear it anymore. You're gonna be dying from the heat. So now we're gonna get one more layer down, and obviously something that everyone uses during winter but is also really useful for Lolita is like innerwear that is made for winter to bring you warmth. So in Japan you have heat tech or fiber heat, and that's this kind of inner clothes. I don't know if it's in every country in regular stores, but most of the time you can find these kinds of pieces into like sportswear shops. Like this is from a sportswear shop, and they will have this because when you're doing like running in the winter, you cannot wear that much clothes, but you need to be warm enough. So they have a lot of these kind of inner pieces. So I wear a lot of this. Like currently I'm wearing one that it has like this kind of neckline. This one has a high neckline, so I sometimes use it just as a top. And for example, if I have a GSK or my bustier from earlier, it kind of brings an interesting style, you would say, but I'm like a kind of out of the box style, so it fits me too. But if you want, there's other models like the one I'm wearing under, like the neckline is around here, so even when you're wearing other types of blouses, it's not gonna be showing. And recently, I don't have it in my hand now, but I ordered a collaboration of Shimamura, which has off the shoulder fiber heat underwear, so innerwear. And I haven't had it yet, but I got it. And if you can find this kind of underwear, so it's intended for no shoulders, you can still continue to wear your blouses without covering your shoulders too. So I'm gonna try this during the winter. I don't know if it's gonna be super comfortable or not, but once I get mine, I will try it out. So we're continuing with the heat tech fiber heat type of clothes. So you also have like tights that are this way. It's like full opaque tights, and the inner is generally warmer than normal tights. So I have both some black ones, and I also have this nude ones that I got recently because I really like wearing my kind of lace like tights with socks, and I could not do it in the winter anymore. So I got these ones when I could find some nude ones, and this has a pretty good effect. I'm gonna show you because I'm wearing one right now. So this is how it's looking. It's not exactly my skin tone, but I think it looks pretty okay, like the illusion is here. And obviously I also have black ones, so the black ones I can use it when I just want to have my like all black, or if I want to wear another printed tights on top, but also when I'm wearing long skirts, because I would say that wearing aristocrat in the winter is also a good way because you have like long skirts, waistcoats, jackets. In general, aristocrat has a lot of layers, so it's also a good way to combat winter, to bring out your longer pieces, your more aristocrat pieces. So I also often wear my long bustle skirts and my long dresses during the winter, and you can easily hide like more warm underwear and stuff under your long skirts, so that's also a good way to fight winter. And also you will need a long pannier, which is also gonna keep you warm. And lastly, if you're someone who's cold around the head, you can just like change a little your headwear. So I don't know if this is gonna make my head warmer, but I have this fluffy headdress that I just received recently. So the fluffiness gives me the impression that it's gonna make me a little warmer, but I'm not sure. But there are some indie brands who does headdresses that are longer, so that it covers your ears during the winter. Like for example, if you look here, my half bonnet is also covering my ears, so my ears are like warmer than with usual headdresses. So you can choose headwear that's gonna cover your ears to help you not have your ears frozen. But you can also just not tie your hair and just like keep your hair down. If you have long hair, it's also gonna help bring you some warmth. But also berets can also be a good solution. Like this one is a really soft fluffy material, and this one is really big, so I can cover actually my ears with it, and it's a good way for me to keep my ears warm in the winter, like even for going to work, because I don't like beanies. This is the best solution that I found. Also, in general, in Lolita, earmuffs can be really cute, so if you can find some cute earmuffs, it can mimic a headdress. And if you want, you can find some earmuffs and like add some DIY, like adding little roses or adding a little bit of ribbons, and it would help your head keep warm. And the last solution that I have to keep warm, in Japan we have what we call kairo. So these are little patches that you put on your underwear, and it eats up, so it's keeping you warm for like 10 hours for these ones. I don't know if it exists in all countries, but if you have these kinds of patches, it's very useful. You can like put some fiber heat clothes, you put it on the fiber heat clothes, it's gonna eat you up, it's gonna warm you up without doing any efforts. Obviously, mostly it's gonna be used on your stomach or on your back, and it's not gonna help your arms and legs, but that's still a pretty useful thing if you're easily cold. Also, since we're getting close to Christmas, I have a little recommendations if you like vampires. I've been reading this manga recently. I'm about to be done with volume 4, but it's really amazing. I personally really like it. I love vampires, so I really recommend the hashtag #DRCL from Shinichi Sakamoto. If you want to find a good present for someone who likes vampire stories, it's really good, and you can also do this as a present to yourself. So that's it for today. This video idea was kinda last minute, so I hope that you still liked it. I had a lot of events recently, so I only had today to film. I'm gonna try to edit as soon as I can, but I had friends coming to Japan, so I wanted to meet them, and also I have a Japanese exam next month, so it's kinda busy in my free time. So I tried to film this video. I'm gonna try to edit as soon as possible, and unfortunately I'm not gonna be able to make another video in December, but I don't know, I might try to film some activities that I'm gonna do. Otherwise, we're gonna meet again in January. I'm certainly gonna do wardrobe post updates, and you're gonna see that I'm not very resolute with my resolutions for this year, so we're gonna have a look at my wardrobe next year. But this was the last video for this year. I hope that everyone will have a nice time for New Year, for Christmas, whatever you're doing. And if you're not celebrating, I hope that you find your own way of celebrating, even by yourself, and have just your little happy moment with yourself. Just taking care of yourself is important at this time of the year, so I hope that everyone will have a good time. We'll meet each other again next year. I hope that you still like this video, even though it was kind of a last minute idea. If you have any videos that you would like me to do next year, please leave it in the comments. If you also have other ways to fight with the winter wearing lolita, please leave your ideas in the comments. I'm taking all ideas to fight with the winter. I'm really sensitive to cold, so it will be of great help to me. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to see more of my videos, you can subscribe to my channel and go watch all the other videos that I've already uploaded. I try to upload once a month, except for some specific times where I don't have the time to, but I hope that you had a great time this year with my videos, and we'll see each other next year in my other videos. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to keep up with doing the videos, so we'll see each other again in my castle.